Bonjour, mes amis. I'm coming at you with another UCANBE exotic flavors look. Now, this look is inspired by one of our girlies on the cover. So if you want to see how I put together this look, continue on watching the video. But let's get into this palette. Now, all these girls, I said I'm going to take inspiration from these beautiful ladies up here. And I'm going to do a look similar to this one. Now, it's a little bit of a, maybe like a yellowish look. It's like yellowy, very centered on the upper lid. So that's what I'm going to try to accomplish today. I'm going to start with this yellow and this sandish brown color. Now this look, we're going to begin with the top part of my eyelids. So that's right under the brow. I kind of like this color naturally on its own. I think it'll blend beautifully with a different look I have in mind, but we'll just talk about this one for now. So right under the brow, I'm putting like this sandy brown. It actually comes out very nicely. I don't see a lot of fallout for this one. And I don't have to use too much for it to come out. Now I'm going to begin with our beautiful yellow. I absolutely love what this color looks like initially. I love what this color looks like, but I do have to dip a lot just to get the actual brightness. And you can see there on my cheek, it does fall out quite a bit. But the color is just so irresistible. It's such a beautiful canary, almost mustard, but it looks different in person. I would say more so it's like a nice canary yellow. It's so pretty. So I'm just going to pat. As you can see, I'm using the pat, pat, pat method because swiping will not do any justice. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer just to really seal off all the creases in my eyelid, but I also am going to use this slightly darker brown similar to the sand brown, and I'm just going to highlight it on my lids. Now here I told you guys this look is going to be striking. As you can tell, this is already striking, so I need to just smooth it out. I want it to cover all the way my lid and wing up. Now there's that sand. It almost has like a pink tinge to it, but that's the color I'm going to be using on my eyelids. So pat, pat, pat. Now this color, same. I needed to dip a lot to get the payoff, but I am consistent with my makeup, okay? Once I see the vision, I have to follow it through. Even if it's looking like a little bit of a mess right now, you guys should know this by now. Watch my previous videos. You need to trust the process. At least trust my process, okay? Just trust it. It's gonna come out quite strikingly. So here I'm dipping in quite a bit. I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit of yellow just to blend it through. If I actually use my blending brush, it's gonna ruin the look. So pay attention to the brush I'm using. I'm actually using my shadow brush for this part. Now, child, here is where we go in with the liner. Whew, I was nervous. Okay, this is going to take a steady hand, but I'm going to do my best. Now, for this striking look, the liner is above the crease. Now, we can see first where I made my first mistake, okay? I know we could all see where the mistake started, but I'm going to clean it up. Okay, I was supposed to apply the liner above the crease in my eyelid, but obviously I was not paying too much attention. So it did get a little messy, but I'm going to clean that up. So I'm just lining my eye all the way out. And I realize this liner is probably too thin and I need a thicker liner, maybe one that has a felt brush. So I'm just going to switch. Now this one I'm able to control the detail I want. Now you can see I had to improvise a little bit and make the line thicker. The line, this isn't as thick as I wanted it to be, but I had to improvise. Now I'm going to go in all the way down and then line my lid like I would normally line it with any other look. Now already you can see it's giving Egyptian vibes, okay? This is looking quite Egyptian. I'm liking it, but we'll see how it turns out. Now, you're not going to see me do the second eye because the first one was a struggle, so I complete the second eye off camera. But you are going to see the lash installation. So, of course, nothing beats a beautiful lash, a nice fluffy lash. Now, I like to put the whole strip on and not the individual, just because it's easier to take on and off. So here is the beautiful lash there, and then I'm going to go in and do the other side. Look at the difference. Lash versus not lash. Did you guys see that? It looks so bald. I have naturally longer lashes. It just looks so dramatically bald without falsies. Now here, I am just securing it, and I'm pressing it closer to my lash line. And then, of course, my ladies of my wage and age, you must use mascara under your falsies to really blend in your natural lash with the falsie line. I think a lot of you probably already know that tip, but if you didn't, you're welcome. It actually makes the lashes look like it's your actual lash, and it blends in nicely. So that's just what I'm doing there. Now for my lips, I don't naturally line my lips because they stick out themselves. But for this look, I'm doing something light because the eyes are very dramatic and too much is going on up there. So I need to just tone it down there in my face. So I'm using a light brown pencil and I'm going to just line my lips. Now it looks quite weird to me because I don't normally line them, but I kind of like what it looks like. Like, that's kind of cute by itself. I see why girls be lining their lips. I'm going to use these two. You can pause the video there to see what those two products are. I can't remember for the life of me. And it's too much to go look for them. So I'm using like a nudish light pink. And then I'm going to go in with an even lighter pink. Now, I like this lip combination because this one sits nice and glossy on top. I love my lips to look like I've been eating a greasy bucket of fried chicken. That's so terrible. But I like that glossy, saucy look. I think I'm in that era right now, okay? And then I'm just going to go for, I guess, closer to the inner of my lip. It's a slight pink. It's like a lighter shade of pink and just a tad bit. There we are. Ooh, look how cute that looks. But let me know in the comments what you think about this look. It was inspired by the UCANBE exotic flavors. Now this yellow, I think I've had my fair share with it. It is a little bit chalky, the yellow, so I do have to build it up a lot, and it's not the most blended. However, it is such a beautiful yellow, like an authentic, maybe canary yellow color, so I really like it. It's definitely a striking look. So if you want to try this one, I would say, hey, if you don't have hooded eyes, you can give it a try. Or if you put your liner a little bit above your crease, it'll turn out for you pretty well. All right, so if you liked this video and if you want to see more of my reviews and little tutorials here, do give it a like and subscribe and comment. Now, if you did subscribe on your way in, thank you so much. But don't forget to subscribe and like it on your way out. and I will see you guys when I see you. Bye.